The Enrollment Demographics Form. The Enrollment Demographics Form is a form entirely unique to Heart of Oregon Corps. This is not something that you will traditionally be asked to fill out by other employers. The reason that we include it in the application packet is because we are a nonprofit and we are largely funded by private foundations. And in order to report to them the impact that we make within the community in the state of Oregon, we need to know this information. So the more information you can give us on this form, the more you are helping us to fund important programs like the one you are applying for. This particular demographics form is for Camp Lead, as you can see. However, most of our demographics forms look exactly the same. They just have a different program name at the top. So if you are in a different program, it is very likely that the demographics form looks exactly like this one. So I'm going to show you each and every box because a lot of people tend to miss them. There's a lot of information on this form. So you're going to put your first name, middle initial, and last name here. Your home phone, cell phone, and email here. Address, apartment suite if applicable, city, state, and zip code, social security number, date of birth, and age at enrollment. And before we even go on, I do want to add that we realize that some of this information is a little bit repetitive. By the time you get to the end of the application packet, you will have written your name, address, and social security number many times, and many youth are inclined to skip this part of the process and just fill in a couple other things because they don't want to keep repeating the information. However, it is very important for us to have this information on every single form. The reason being is that some of them are kept securely, I might add, in separate places. And if we don't have a complete set of information on a form, then we have to go to another storage area to pull out the file, find that information, and fill it in ourselves, which takes an enormous amount of time, especially for the summer programs, which employ almost 200 youth. So please be very careful and detailed with this form, and go ahead and fill in every single thing, even if it's repetitive and you've already filled it out on another form. We truly appreciate the effort that you put into this, and again, it does help us not only save time, but it helps us secure that private funding that we need. So moving on, you will put your citizenship status right here, gender, your race, your school status, and this gives a indication of whether or not you are in school or out of school, and if you're out of school, whether or not you dropped out or graduated. If you are out of school, it asks how long, the last grade level you completed. So this part is a little mistake here. It says 12th grade. Technically, if you have completed 12th grade, you can check high school diploma obtained. How many college courses have you taken? Do you or did you have an IEP in school? Your living arrangements go here. Household income. Are you receiving public assistance benefits? So this is like food stamps, for instance. Is this your first work experience? Yes or no? Before you joined Heart of Oregon Corps, were you unemployed? Yes or no? How long were you unemployed for? Less than 6 months or 6 months or more? Do you have children? Yes or no? If so, are you the primary caregiver? Yes or no? And this little box at the bottom is one that people often don't see. The number of people in your household, so go ahead and put that in there. If you are living at home with your parents and let's say 3 sisters and brothers, then you're going to have a 6 there. 2 parents, 4 kids. Then there's a second page to this. Don't forget that second page. This asks a few questions about your background, all yes or no questions. Then we've got the highest education level of parent 1. So it doesn't matter which parent is parent 1 and which parent is parent 2. Then you're going to indicate that for the other parent as well. Who were you referred by? And this part you can leave blank. This is the only part you can leave blank, the program start date. We can fill that in for you. If you happen to know it, then please go ahead and fill it in. But if you're not sure, that's okay to leave it blank. And again, I really want to thank you for taking the time to fill out this form carefully. As I mentioned, it is essential to be able to share this information with our funders, and by doing so, we are able to sustain the amount of funding we get and hopefully increase it in the future so that we can continue to run these amazing programs.